What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. We will be talking about the Bachelorette this episode, as well as having the two Bachelorettes on for an interview. But we're going to talk about other things as well. So if you don't listen or watch the Bachelorette, then we have a regular podcast for you as well.
Gabby and Rachel are on the podcast. You kind of said that really casually.
I did. I said it very casually. But Gabby and Rachel are on today's episode.
They are.
We had a great interview with them.
Hope that makes up for Trent.
Trent, unfortunately, not, because he's coming back from Scotland. And we can't seem to get a hold of this man. We really can't. So just DM him and let him know we're looking for him.
He can post a lot on his IG stories, but he can't answer our texts.
I was trying to think of a joke, like luggage guy, more like... And I couldn't come up with
more
anything.
Like never answers his phone guy.
More like empty luggage guy.
Yeah, something like that, because he doesn't answer a single text, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Well, we miss him.
I miss him a lot.
Yeah.
I miss him dearly.
I know. We just wanted to be back. So no, we kicked off Cutting Stems. It was great. If you guys want of like a little bit more in-depth recap, I feel like Cutting Stems is always the way to go, because it is our initial thoughts. You can watch that on YouTube. It's a great way to hear me, Rhea, Kelly, Trent, when we're all together, thoughts on the Chicks in the Office YouTube. For the podcast, when Trent comes back, we'll definitely talk about it more. But because we have the girls on and we're talking about the first episode, we're going to give some general thoughts, but not dive in as deeply as we normally do.
And also there are other things to talk about. And
there's a bunch of other stuff.
Not everyone watches the show, and some people don't want to listen to the Bachelorette recap. So
we'll try and mix it up instead of just doing a full Bachelor episode where there's nothing else on it.
So we're going to mix it up. I have a big announcement.
Do you?
I do.
Do tell.
I'm going to the dentist tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
I am going to the dentist tomorrow for the first time in years.
Yeah.
Since I got my wisdom teeth out, which has been years. I'm a little nervous, although very excited as well. I'm excited.
Excited about?
I haven't been in a couple of years, so...
I feel like no one wants to go to the dentist.
Nobody wants to go to the dentist, but when you haven't been for a while and there's something bothering you, it's like, okay, I'm excited. And it's also not my teeth that are bothering me. It's my back gum. So I feel like there's not, like...
You have something that you need to get fixed, and then also the initial feeling of like sitting in the dentist chair sucks, and your mouth hurts a little bit after, but the next day or like 2 days after, your mouth feels so clean.
And also I'll know what's going on. My teeth don't hurt at all, so
For someone that's so obsessed with flossing, I'm surprised you don't like to regularly go get your teeth cleaned.
Which is kind of a relief that I'm obsessed with flossing, right? Because when people are going to the dentist, they're like, oh my God, they start flossing the night before because they're like, the dentist is going to see that I don't floss.
Yes.
I'm an obsessive flosser, which may be the problem with my gums right now. Maybe I'm flossing too much. I don't know. But my mom, I'm now giving a lot of details that don't matter, but my mom is an ortho tech, or she was. She's retired now, but sometimes she pops into the office. Doesn't matter. She looked at my teeth a couple weeks ago because my gums were bothering me. And she was like, I think you just got something stuck in there that's irritating your gums. And she was like, but your teeth look good. She was like, I got to say, your teeth look good. So I'm taking this woman's word for it, although she's been wrong before with my wisdom teeth. So who knows? But it's a whole family affair. I had to call my mom because I don't make dentist appointments because, like I said, my mom works in the field. So I just have my mom look at it.
Yep.
And she knows that she's got she's got the plug. She's got the dentist plug. So I called her up. I was like, Mommy, can you please make me an appointment? She was like, just wait it out. I was like, my sister was like, no, Mom, she's got to go to the dentist. So she called somebody up. She calls me back. She's like, they booked you an appointment because you're my daughter. Yeah. And I was like, classic Ro. She got me in. And so I think both my mom and dad are going to come with me too. I don't know. They got too much. They got too much time on their hands. They have too much time on their hands. Did you heard them they were fighting about who was going to go with me.
Just the visual of you walking into the dentist's office with your parents.
With both parents.
First of all, they don't go anywhere without each other. So if one parent's going to come with me, both are going to come.
Is she going to hold your hand in the chair?
I hope so. Listen, well, my mom knows them. So I think that's another thing. Like if I was going to a random dentist I booked the appointment myself, my parents wouldn't be coming with me. But because my mom knows the dentist,
doesn't mean that they need to go.
It doesn't mean anything. Whatever. Okay. I need my mommy and daddy to go to the dentist with me. What if they need to? Here's why. What if they need to do something that I become a little loopy, maybe they want to do it right then and there because sometimes you got to go back. But maybe because they know my mom, they're like, let's just get it done today. Hey, you might be a little loopy. You can't drive. My parents are already there. I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah. You're really crossing off, like covering
Whatever.
your bases that
I love my parents
probably aren't
and
going to happen considering
you
you
don't
just
get
have, like you have like a
loopy.
little, something that needs to be like drained.
Yeah, my
and
gum
that's,
is just like a little swollen.
Like it's like your gum's a little
I
inflamed.
don't think you like. What would you have done that you like are loopy for?
I don't know.
And
never
Bria's
know.
expecting to be put under
That's what
tomorrow.
I'm saying. Like unless you get put under.
Yeah.
You never know.
She's like, you never know. I might
Although,
be fully
like,
put under
you're
I've
tomorrow.
been
melted
checking out
numb, so
my
you
teeth.
can't drive.
I've been checking out my teeth a lot the past couple days, and I'm like, you know what? They look good. I
But here's
just
the
wear
thing. When
this
I
gum.
went,
Yeah, but you had pain.
no, I
you?
didn't have pain.
No,
Or I had
you-
like one pain,
in your tooth.
but then I had like 10 cavities. It
I
was
know.
like,
My mom looked. I still have my sealants on my teeth to
but is
block
that
me
really
from cavities.
bulletproof?
May not be bulletproof, but she said they looked
It's
good.
pretty, I mean, it's not bulletproof, but it certainly helps.
It certainly
like, a
helps.
lot.
So I think I'm
just
okay.
feel like there's always something that.
Don't scare me. I was excited, although a little nervous.
Yeah. Also, like Noah hadn't gotten his wisdom teeth out. Like he was
Yeah,
a disaster.
you had a whole bunch of problems. I got my wisdom teeth
We
out.
knew he was walking into a disaster
Yeah.
when he was going.
I think I'm gonna be okay.
I think yours is going to be just fine.
I think I'm going to be just fine. I'm really excited, and I thought that it was a big announcement because we talk about that on the podcast. And I don't
Yep.
want to be nasty teeth gal.
No one wants to be nasty
nasty
teeth guy.
teeth guy.
Yeah, because
No
you're a
one.
nasty teeth
That's
guy.
like the first thing I notice in a person.
is nasty teeth.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you got gross teeth, I'm.
Immediately no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some people, I think it works on. Like, what do you mean nasty teeth? Like crooked or like?
No,
not crooked.
But like
I would never
like,
judge anybody's
like-
crooked teeth.
like yellow and placky.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I'm an obsessive flosser
Yeah.
because the thought of somebody looking at me and seeing something in my teeth or thinking, "Oh my
My
god,
teeth are crooked. I don't give a
yeah,
f-
so are
yeah.
mine. Oh my god, look, she's got plaque all over her teeth is
Yeah.
my biggest nightmare. So that's where the flossing comes into play.
There you go.
So everyone send me your thoughts and prayers. I'll be in the dentist chair when you listen to this, and my mommy and daddy will be holding my hand.
Yes.
And you guys are probably jealous.
So jealous. Couldn't be.
Listen,
more
they got
couldn't
nothing
be-
else to do. They're both
Couldn't
retired.
be more jealous.
Also, that makes my parents sound really old. They're really young, the both of them.
Yeah, they are.
They're like low 50s.
Low 50s.
They got out early.
They did get out early.
Anyways, love them and love you guys. So what are you guys up to? What's new with you two?
Nothing. I have nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing.
Literally
It's Amazon
nothing.
Prime Day.
It is Amazon. I bought a food processor. That's big, exciting news in my day.
Nothing on
My
the left
apartment-
hand.
No. No, apparently I did not realize I was hiding my left hand in the picture that I posted on Instagram. Not on purpose. But I feel like if people watched the episode on Monday, they would have seen that.
People think that you're such a private person that you wouldn't even tell people about your engagement. I'm like, they don't listen to this podcast close enough to think that you wouldn't post about your engagement.
Would you post like immediately? Like
I
when
would
you
literally
post?
be.
God, she would-
I'd be talking like this for the entire episode.
She would be posting it
No, but
everywhere.
Let's say like it happens on like a Sunday night. When are you posting on Instagram?
Sunday night.
Immediately.
Really? Like, oh,
You want to know how rude it was actually?
Immediately.
So people were DMing me all week last week while I was on vacation.
Yeah.
We're all on vacation. They're going, "Oh my god, please tell us Fran's getting engaged. Just tell us you know something." First of all, why would I tell anybody that is not my immediate close friends or family that Francesca's getting engaged? Okay, I'd like to keep a surprise. Number two, we've talked about this on the podcast
Yeah.
very recently.
Very recently.
The reason I got upset was because my friend got engaged Sunday night. Okay, my best friend from high school got engaged Sunday night. Girls were replying to me that they didn't care about my friend getting engaged because it wasn't you. They said, "Rhea, this isn't the time to be posting about your friend getting engaged. Fran's supposed to be the one getting engaged."
Oh,
I said,
boy.
"Can we be happy for my friend getting engaged? I know you don't know her."
Pray for your DMs and if any of your other friends get engaged anytime soon because
It's not going to
I
be
think
good.
people are like gonna be waiting for some time.
But then you posted on your
I know.
Instagram
I
and
couldn't believe
coincidentally
that was
in every photo you posted you had your left hand.
I know. It was really not on purpose. Like that was so
And
not
then
on
you
purpose.
showed me such a gorgeous photo of you and Joe that you guys took in Italy. Like such a beautiful, picturesque, like engagement photo. It
Yeah,
looks
no,
like.
it
is your
does.
left
And-
hand hidden in that one?
Yeah, it is because it's like behind Joe.
No,
It's not.
no, it's on his shoulder. It's on his shoulder,
Oh,
so
okay.
you'd be able to see
Right.
it if.
So this picture is so beautiful,
Yeah.
and she shows it to me yesterday, and I'm like, Fran, you post that, people are gonna think it's an engagement post. Like they're really.
Well, now I did want to post that picture, but now I'm like, shit, I can't post that picture right after the hidden left hand picture.
If you post that and I see it within 5 minutes, I'm gonna comment congrats. So happy for you guys.
And you know
Oh,
what's
man.
crazy though, because we'll talk about this now. People will still comment and think you're engaged.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
nobody's
Oh,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
believe
No
us.
one's. I know.
Like they
I know.
just they won't.
I
take
could
the word for-
continue to say on the show, like, I really don't think it's happening anytime soon, and people would be like, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, like, oh, we know your boyfriend better than you do.
I think you're wrong. Like, no, I'm pretty sure.
You think Joe would tell me before? I would fucking hope so.
I'm
Get
not
your
sure.
blessing.
That actually really hurts.
No, I'm not sure. Only because I don't think he wants to tell anyone, because he's been on the other side of. He doesn't like to be told by his friends when they're planning a proposal.
Why?
Because he's like, I don't like to keep the secret. Like, I don't like to know, and then I see her, and then I get nervous. Like, I don't want to accidentally spill the beans.
Oh, I will be so mad.
Yeah, so
I will
from
be
his
so
point,
mad.
he's like,
I'll be really happy for
he's
you,
like,
but I'll
I don't
be.
like when my friends know. So,
Rhea, what if you find
or
out?
his friends tell
If I find out via Instagram, I
Yeah.
probably will. That's the
No,
thing.
you
If
would
Joe
not.
doesn't tell me,
Never.
if Joe doesn't tell me,
Never.
if
You just
Joe,
go on Instagram. Oh,
I'll be the last FaceTime. Fran's
No.
gonna FaceTime her whole contact list, all her friends. I'll be the last one. It'll be at the same time she uploads the photo.
No, but I would like.
She's
I'm
gonna
getting
send
very-
you
I
the
would-
picture on Instagram.
Getting very upset. I would hope that
But
there's
I-
like a little
I-
shindig after
yes.
that you come to.
I would like to do kind of what your friend Jesse did.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So then I would know.
then you would know, yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully. Hopefully. Because I'm getting a little worried now that I don't even know when it's going to happen. I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to your mom or
Oh,
something.
man.
She'll know. Hopefully your mom will text me.
She'll definitely tell you.
Thank God. Oh, my God. Got me all
She'll
worried
definitely
now. I
tell
feel
you.
like I'm going to be refreshed. Now, Noah, is Fran getting engaged? We wouldn't know.
No. Guys, no.
We wouldn't know.
No.
I actually did have that thought, though, when people were, like, messaging me and stuff, though. I was like, what if he does? And I have no idea.
Oh my God. That's I don't think that would happen.
Gave me a fright. Anyways, Noah, any big life moments
Just send
for
him
you?
a quick text, like, and then just be like, hey, just want to let you know.
I just want to let you know.
If you have any plans of doing this.
Doesn't matter when.
I gotta know.
But you must tell me.
Yeah.
Although I am like kind of bad at keeping like a big secret like that, like around you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't want any, like, it's like, he had one friend tell him he was planning to propose to his girlfriend like 2 months before he proposed.
Oh no.
And he was like, we can't be having
Oh, that 2 months is way too
Yeah,
long.
can't be
I
having that.
cannot. I will act
Yeah.
so weird to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw my friend. I knew my friend was getting engaged on Saturday. She got engaged on Sunday. Her mom texted me on Saturday that it was happening. And then she didn't know there was going to be a party back at her house after. They
Yeah.
got engaged in the city and then they went back to her house. So, like, I didn't even, when she posted about getting engaged, like, I didn't even text her. Because I was like, I'm going to see her at her house.
I didn't even
And
text
I don't
her.
want to act like we're, like, she knows that we're at her
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want.
Keep it totally
Yeah.
totally secret.
Any updates with you, Noah?
Not really. I'm seeing my guy this weekend, John Mayer.
Oh, Johnny boy.
Yeah.
Oh, you going to Dead & Co?
Yeah.
Nice.
Saturday.
My friends are going. Joe's
Oh,
going.
really? Saturday?
Friday.
Yeah, I'm going Saturday. Who knows? Maybe I'll go Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll go
Nothing
both
I
else.
days.
feel
Yeah.
like you would be a double
Yeah,
day.
Dead & Company's just like different.
Yeah, no, it
It's-
is. It totally is. I was asked. Like, I was like asked if I wanted to. I was like,
It's
I'm
an
good.
experience. I feel like you should go.
That's kinda
just to-
bold.
Wait, what'd you say?
It's like I'm good.
I mean, I don't even know
Like
most
I
of the
just
songs.
yeah,
but-
like
but
John
it's
Mayer
fun.
is great, and he's a great guitar player, and I'll watch the videos. Like I don't need to like their tickets are expensive to go for like
your
a show
other
that I really don't have any interest in.
Are your other friends going with Joe without you?
Correct. Yeah,
Is he like a big
but it's
Dead
like mostly guys
Oh.
fan?
and some girlfriends. He likes he likes Grateful Dead. Yeah.
Watching people dance at those things is funny.
They're like just like,
Oh yeah.
Because it's like not normal.
They're just like losing, like loosey goosey.
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
like those inflatable car things.
Yeah. A lot of old people.
Yeah, definitely.
I could imagine. All right.
He was on Watch What Happens Live again last night.
Did you watch?
Like I just think John Mayer loves to just hang out with his pal Andy. No, I didn't watch. I just saw Andy's Instagram story.
What a great bromance.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm going to Elton John now. We didn't talk about that.
We didn't.
But
on not the day that I'm going.
Not the day you're going.
Where is he playing?
So, MetLife. So, I wasn't supposed to know, but it was very easy to figure out because I obviously saw all the concert dates because we talked about it on this podcast. And remember, we went through and I looked at
all the
every single possible day that he was playing. And so Marty kept telling me to keep all these days open. And he was like, don't dig, though, like into what it is. And I was like...
When you were like the one that found the dates in the first place?
Yeah. So I was like, started thinking about the dates and I was like, this is definitely.
Did he listen to the pod?
Well, I think he saw the clip of me being like, So then we were in the car and an Elton John song came on the radio. And he was like, that Elton John, huh? Never gonna be another one like him. I was like, and so I was like,
crazy farewell tours coming up, huh?
Everyone knows Marty's a big Elton John.
This could be it.
So I was like, in my head, I was like, I know that he got these tickets, but like, I feel bad. Like he's really excited about this surprise, but I don't want to ruin it. So I was like, I'm gonna like start being like a little like not so into Elton John just to see him like panic a little bit. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure there'll be another one. Like, like,
I feel like he probably wouldn't be good live.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of talented people out there. Like, there could be another Elton John. And then I felt bad. And then eventually I was like, I know that these are the Elton John tickets. Like, he's like, how'd you know? I'm like, I looked up every single possible day that this guy was playing. Yeah. And you only told me those days to block off. So now I'm going and I'm very excited.
On Sunday.
Yeah, not the day 24th. I did have a choice. And
did I ever tell you what happened at the wedding that I went to? It was
Elton John.
No. Well, so it was like the
what a start.
No, it was the father-daughter dance, and they were doing it to Your Song by Elton John, and then like halfway through, the power just like went out and like all the music shut off, and then everyone at the wedding just continued singing. Like in unison.
Oh, that's sweet. I mean, that sucks about the power. Did it come back on?
Yeah, and then it came back on.
Oh,
the song
okay,
finished.
okay.
But they finished. We filled it in,
Oh, that's really. I mean, Rhea's bawling. Like, that took 2 seconds for her
I
to
was
literally
like,
start sobbing.
Oh my god, I can't handle things like that. I really can't.
Oh my god.
I don't even know these people.
No, you have no idea who they are. We don't even know what Noah's relation is to these people.
I am such an emotional person.
I was friends with the guy, and it was the daughter and her.
Yeah.
It's like
so like not even like that close of a connection.
No, I was like, that's how I was at the wedding. Like everyone making their speeches. I'm like, I don't even know these people, and I'm like,
shit. I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
Over happy things.
That is really lovely.
That is really lovely. Oh my god, when I have my first dance with my dad.
What song?
I don't know, but I know.
Don't start thinking about it now because you're gonna start to cry.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I think about that stuff.
You texted me that not that long ago. What was that text? I'm gonna have to find it.
It was actually recently. I think you could find it. But sometimes I'm like fully crying.
My dad will be a big crier.
100% my dad will cry.
Who's gonna cry more, your mom or your dad at the wedding?
My dad, I think. Probably. Maybe my mom. I don't know. I think they both will though. I texted you if you scroll back a little bit, we haven't texted.
But I'm trying to find like.
Hold on.
I'm trying to find like a key word.
I'll find it.
Oh. You texted me Saturday, June 18th at 6:03.
That's my mom's birthday.
You said, "Can I admit something to you? I just started crying thinking about us watching each other get married."
I did. I was just randomly sitting there, and I thought about, standing up. Because you'll be a bridesmaid.
Yep.
I hope I'm a bridesmaid. And you watching each other like walk down the aisle, and you're like, oh my god, what a moment that is. Like, that is such a beautiful moment. Okay.
I'm almost like afraid to have you up there for my wedding because I'm gonna walk down the aisle and see you and you're gonna be sobbing. It's gonna make me cry.
It's gonna be so uncomfortable, but like really emotional.
Oh boy.
I listen, those things get me. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it's
not.
Actually beautiful.
It is.
It's better that way.
It is.
Some people think I have no feelings at all when actually I'm quite sensitive. Oh, remember at the live show when somebody was like, what's a quality about you guys that like no one else would think? And like when we asked Devin about me, like what, and she was like, Rhea's like very like emotional and sensitive and like a big like hugger, like very lovable. And the whole crowd was like, ew. Like they were like, ew, that doesn't sound like you.
That's not right.
But it's so me. I'm so much
right.
more like lovable than Fran.
She's right.
People would have it the other way, but
she's right.
You know, Fran doesn't like to hug me as much as I like to hug her. Okay, let's get into the show. Alrighty. We're going to be talking about
True Love, Bachelorette.
Yeah, True Love. Doesn't make me cry, this show.
No.
Jen Shah pleaded guilty.
Yeah.
And that's quite interesting considering it was a while. That took a while. Emmy nominations were released today. The Kardashian trailer for the new season upcoming in September has been released. A couple cute clips of Kim and Pete. We're also going to be talking about The Bachelorette, obviously. And we have a great interview with both Gabby and Rachel. So let's get into it, starting off with Jen Shah. As you guys know, we're going to one place for tickets these days, and that is Game Time. Game Time is the exclusive ticketing partner for Barstool Sports. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. They crack the code on how to score deals on last-minute tickets, which is always a thrill. You're sitting around, you see there's a show, there's a game, there's something you want to go to that night. Like, boom, let's hop on Game Time. Let's get last-minute tickets. The deal is there for you. The purchase process is so quick and easy, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. Very important. Love that. Right on your phone. Walk right through. Have your phone out. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly. It's not like, oh, this person's with me, that person's with me. You could just share it over text. Very easy. The best part right now, you get $20 off your first purchase. So download the Game Time app, go to the account tab to create a login, and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Download Game Time, and last minute tickets, lowest price, are guaranteed.
Quite the turn in the Jen Shah legal case that's been happening right now. You know, she was arrested for targeting individuals in like this big scheme. It's like she was targeting the elderly in like a marketing scheme. And this has been going on for over a year now. The arrest was March 2021. She originally, like all last season, I didn't do this. I'm not guilty. Innocent till proven guilty. All those things, like screaming it from the rooftops. I didn't do all these things. And then they head to court this week. Judge says, how would you like to plead? I believe. Yeah.
Plea.
What's your plea? How do you plea? Legal jargon.
What's your plea?
Did you do it or did you not do it? And she said, Your Honor, I did it.
You know what?
You
gotta love that though. Must be a freeing feeling to just be like, you know what? I fucking did it. Put me in jail.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Handcuff me.
Must have gotten to the point where her lawyers were like, hey, you have no shot here. Like, you have to take this plea deal. And it'll be a lesser jail sentence. Because she was facing like 30 years was the max.
Ooh.
So
imagine.
I know, it's crazy. So she and her assistant Stuart, they were arrested. And she, like she said, they were co-conspirators, fraudulent schemes, motivated by greed to steal victims' money. And she was charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with telemarketing and conspiracy to commit money laundering. And Stuart changed his plea to guilty in November. So that was kind of like the first sign of like, uh-oh, something's not right there.
Something's awry.
Like they either both got to be like, we didn't do it, or they're both like, we did it. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. She claimed she was still innocent until her court hearing in July. Her legal team even attempted to get the charges dismissed in August 2021, but a judge denied the request. And this is people wrote on July 11th, Shah switched her original plea of not guilty to guilty. Her attorney said Miss Shah is a good woman who crossed a line. She accepts full responsibility for her actions and deeply apologizes to all who have been harmed. Miss Shah is also sorry for disappointing her husband, children, family, friends, and supporters. Jen pled guilty because she wants to pay her debt to society and put this ordeal behind her and her family. Now, it's been very interesting because last season, her and Meredith were not getting along at all. Like, really not getting along at all. Right before the hearing, Meredith on her Instagram story was like, what happened to this country? Wasn't it always innocent until proven guilty? And then like 2 hours later, she was like, Your Honor, I'm guilty. It's like, wait,
I
what?
gotta be honest, most of the time, not most of the time, but you get what I'm saying, that a lot of times when people are like, it's innocent until proven guilty, it's like, motherfucker, you're guilty.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of, like, people don't say that unless they're guilty.
Yeah. So,
because if I was being, I don't know, if someone was accusing me of something, I would never, and I didn't do it, I would never be like, it's innocent until proven guilty. Like,
Yeah.
I would just be like, I didn't do it.
also,
I don't,
like, when you're so adamant about it, like, you're pushing it so hard. Like, I swear I didn't do it. It's like, if you know you're innocent, like, you probably
just
have
chill a
faith
little
that
bit.
something could
Yeah.
happen. But no. So this is also going to be a major part of the next season. They are filming. They've been filming before. They've been filming after, apparently, still. So that'll be very interesting, a la Teresa Giudice, I guess, maybe, of filming everything that could happen. And she is set to be sentenced on November 28th, 2022. So we still have a lot of time left before the actual sentencing happens. So they're probably going to be following her around for a lot of that. And like I said, the maximum penalty is 30 years in prison. While in court on July 11th, she agreed not to appeal if she is sentenced to 168 months in prison or fewer, an amount that equates to 14 years. She also agreed to forfeit $6 million and pay restitution of $9 million. So I think basically her agreeing to change it to guilty is her kind of saying, like, knowing that she probably is getting sentenced to less jail time.
14
but
years
14 is
so long.
So long.
That is
Granted,
so...
14, like, maybe you get out early for good behavior. It's
good
like
behavior
8.
thing is
I don't,
nuts.
I know. So I don't know, but
8 years is still a really
No,
long time.
it's a really
to
fucking
be
long
in jail.
time. No, it's a
Anything
really long
longer
time.
than a year
Is
is
a really
like
long time.
way
Years
too long.
Is a long.
No,
Imagine.
obviously a year is really long,
Yeah.
but like in a year you can like get in shape in there and like, you know.
Even 6
No one liked
months.
that one.
I think anything more than a month, I'd lose my mind.
No, obviously
A month,
like,
I'd be like,
it's
all right.
not ideal.
30 days. Like,
No, it's just it's pretty nuts. And so this is what I had reshared this on my Instagram story, was the judge said, Miss Shah, what did you do? And she said, wire fraud, offering services with little to no value. We use interstate telephones and emails. I knew many of the purchasers were over the age of 55. I am so sorry. Judge said, what is the reason they bought? She said, misrepresentations regarding the value of the product or service, of which it had little to none. Judge said, did you know it was wrong and illegal? She said, yes, Your Honor. So she was fucking swindling the elderly. That's as bad as it. That's bad.
Swindler
Taking advantage of sweet old people.
is very sad.
Yeah.
Dirty.
It is dirty. It is dirty.
Disgusting.
And she's paying the price. She is paying the price.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very interesting that this is the turn that it's taken. And the Bravo cameras are there to capture it all. So next season will be very interesting. And I'm very intrigued also by these dynamics of how these friendships have changed already, just from the end of last season, of Meredith like being by Jen's side for all of this. And I saw a very funny, somebody tweeted, or it was Instagram story, I forget. It was very funny. If you do watch the show, you'll get it. It was like, Lisa wakes up, rolls over, grabs her candy bar, goes downstairs, has a nice giant soda, hears quiet, all is right. Because she's just like, so she and Jen have been fighting. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. The drama is obviously going to be insane, and it's confirmed. There's no more questioning whether or not, oh, maybe she didn't do it. You never know. Like, a la Erica Jane, where just the questions is like, how much did you know? The question mark's always there. This is set in stone right here.
And we have now officially had a criminal on our podcast.
Oh, fuck.
is that the only criminal?
I
think.
don't know.
Drake Bell.
Well, Drake Bell.
Yeah, That's a bad one.
Yeah.
Anyone else? I feel like definitely. There's been so many people.
She's like
I don't know.
She's like a real criminal.
Trent's been in jail.
True.
Trent's
an
we're
outlaw.
not talking like someone that was arrested.
Like,
Right.
Like a drunk, something
Yeah,
like Lil Wan, like
actually, like served prison time.
Jen
Yes.
Shah is a criminal.
No, like criminal is you're misleading and taking advantage of the elderly community.
and like 14 years. That's not a little sentence.
no,
Criminal.
that's gonna be the
If-
biggest one
if
by far.
Either of you,
Our podcast is tainted.
if either of you went to prison, how often would you visit the other one? Like in prison?
Weekly until I felt
Yeah.
like we were falling off.
Yeah. it, truth be told, it would just start to dwindle.
It would.
It would.
But
How
like-
long can you keep up that?
no, you can't.
You
You're in there for a
sustain
long
that
time.
sort of thing.
No.
If it was a year, the first couple weeks I'd visit, and
Yeah.
then it would become like maybe like a monthly thing.
I think it depends on what they're in there for too.
Right. Like if she did something really bad,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be visiting
Oh.
her every week. But
It's good to know.
you know,
She
but
won't stand by you no matter what.
no. I mean, like if like I
I thought
would.
you said before like you'd bury the body for her.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
but there's
I
something
would.
very different about saying that, and then there's a difference between actually like going
Here's
to
the
jail.
thing. Here's the thing. If Fran murdered somebody, right, and came to me, hypothetically speaking,
Yeah,
and she came to me and said, "Rhea, I did a really bad thing," and she had nowhere to turn, and she told me, I wouldn't tell a single soul.
yeah.
I wouldn't tell anybody. But if she gets caught on her own doing, and whatever,
So I don't. Maybe this has happened already. I don't know.
I don't know. Would Fran do that for me? I don't know. I think things
Fran
would
would be like 911.
I don't know if she would tell immediately, but I think if she was questioned, she might.
I
don't
if the
know.
police
I don't know.
questioned
She
any
doesn't
of
like
us-
breaking the rules that much, and
I don't know.
nobody would love to break the rules.
I'd probably crack an interrogation.
in an interrogation. You never. Nobody
you
likes.
sit there, and then they're like, "Hey, you're a co-conspirator to murder."
Right, like,
You're
you could go to
facing-
jail.
You're facing years in prison.
You don't want to go to
No.
jail too.
That would imagine if one of you actually. That would be those couple of weeks. This podcast would be electric.
And then it would be over.
and then the podcast would.
And
fail.
then it would be over.
But what a way to go out.
No.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wrong. Not funny. Not laughing.
But what a way to go out. Yeah, go out with a bang.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Neither of us are going to end up in jail though.
no,
We're,
no,
we're
absolutely
pretty.
not.
Knock on wood.
We're pretty noble citizens, I would say.
Yeah.
I can't find the wood in here, so hopefully,
Yeah.
all things stay on track.
that
We'll hit our
movie
yellow brick
that I
road
told
here.
you to watch. Remember Shock Collar?
Oh yeah, I never watched it.
I mean, I don't even.
But
I don't
you
even
real-
remember you telling me to
No, I
watch
think it was
that
on
movie.
Because We Got High. But
I was gonna
it's
say.
what's his name from Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
He's just a normal guy, great life. Gets in a car accident. His friend dies. He goes to jail. Becomes this monster in jail just to survive, and his whole life has changed. But it's
Yeah.
like he didn't really do anything wrong
Mm.
on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
This took a dark turn.
Yeah, it did.
Thanks, Noah, for that. Anyway,
Yeah.
should we just move on to the next topic?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, okay.
Emmy nominations.
Great. This is exciting.
Emmy nominations were announced today, and it's a big day for a lot of people. I feel like, especially Sydney Sweeney is a big standout. She was nominated for
How
both.
pumped are you? I feel like you called this.
I'm so pumped. Me and Noah were actually talking about it right before you walked in, that I was like, if Sydney Sweeney isn't nominated, but Zendaya is, I'm going to be pissed. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, Zendaya is an awesome actress. Everybody hypes up Zendaya.
Yeah.
She deserves it. Everyone's like, Zendaya's amazing. We know that. But Sydney Sweeney, two. White Lotus and Euphoria.
yeah.
She was unreal in Euphoria.
Yeah.
And I feel like, people, oh, she just cried a lot. You know how hard it is to cry on command? You got to be thinking about
Yeah.
dancing with your dad at your wedding.
Yeah.
You like, it's very hard to do what she did, and she nailed it, and she was amazing, outstanding, and I was going to be very upset if Zendaya got nominated and not Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. It was she posted a video of herself on the phone with her mom. It was very cute. I'm very, very excited for her. We can count that as a good guest. Good Tricks of the Office guest.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah,
Sydney
I forgot
Sweeney's
she was
been on
on.
here.
Isn't
Not
that
a criminal.
nuts? Sometimes the guests that we had on like around the beginning of COVID,
Just kind of feels like a blur.
Feels like it never even happened.
that
But
is
no,
true.
she really.
Sydney
we
Sweeney
did talk
was
to her.
on this podcast.
She was a guest on this podcast. But no, there was a lot of great shows nominated. I think the Emmys is hard now because there's and this is the typical what everybody says, right? Because there's so many streaming services and network TV shows and everything. It's hard to just pick a few of them when there's so many good ones. So there were always some things get left off, but Succession was a big one. Ted Lasso, a big one. Severance?
Severance, I heard, is amazing on Apple TV. I haven't watched it
I haven't
yet.
watched it either, but a lot of nominations for Severance.
What's his name? Adam. The guy from Step Brothers. Hold on, I'm blanking. But people say that's like an amazing
the
show.
older brother.
Yes.
Adam Scott?
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette?
I think it's interesting that for Best Limited Series, 3 out of the 5 nominations were shows about other people that people got to play. Like The Dropout, Inventing Anna, and Pam and Tommy were all shows about other people.
Yeah.
So very interesting. Succession, Stranger Things, Squid Game, Euphoria, all the, you know, Ozark, Better Call Saul, Yellow Jackets, all the big shows.
I was very
this year.
excited for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that show, I
And-
never finished.
What?
I know.
What the fuck?
I know, that's crazy. I got distracted.
How did you not finish that?
I have no idea.
So you just... How many episodes did you have left?
I watched like 3 episodes and I never finished, even though I really liked it.
God.
There must have been something happening. I got distracted.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, so it's like, it's all the classics, like you said. I think Ozark is a big one. It was the last season of Ozark. Interesting that No, This Is Us. It was their last season. No, This Is Us, which normally gets a lot of Emmy nominations. For drama series, Better Call Saul, Euphoria, Ozark, Severance, Squid Game, Stranger Things, Succession, Yellow Jackets. There was a lot of talk around Stranger Things too, because I think, you know, the Stranger Things fans, which we have acknowledged we love you, big fans.
Big, huge fans of the Stranger Things kids.
They've been trending on Twitter all day because people were pissed about like Sadie Sink and Millie Bobby Brown not getting nominations, but it's tough.
You can't nominate everybody.
It's tough. Well, it's so crazy because sometimes, like the limited series, I find so interesting. Like you said, Dope Sick, The Dropout, Inventing Anna, Pam and Tommy, The White Lotus. The White Lotus, it seemed like almost every person from that show was nominated for an Emmy as well.
Supporting actress.
There's like 4 people from White Lotus.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 The White Lotus and 2 Dope Sick.
Yeah.
For supporting actress in a limited series.
Yeah, that's insane.
I feel like they got to switch that up a little bit.
Supporting actress in a limited series
is literally
5 women. I mean, that's awesome for all of them.
That's awesome for all of them.
crazy.
But then they're just all competing against each other in their own show.
Right.
It's different when you're going up against a different show. When you're going up the same show.
I know. And actor is 1, 2, 3 from the White Lotus.
3
It's like the entire
and 3
cast.
from Dope Sick.
Yeah.
And then Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Pam and
Interesting that it's Seth Rogen and did either
Sebastian Stan
both
they
of them
got
they both
nominated
did
for main.
Sometimes I wish they put this in a better order.
Very confusing order.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sebastian Stan and Lily James, Julia Garner for Inventing Anna, Maid. Margaret Qualley got nominated, but I don't think the show got nominated for like best limited series or
That's
movie.
interesting when like the actress was really good, but they were like, not the show.
Not the whole show. Amanda, I always say her last name, Seyfried.
I feel like Seyfried.
Seyfried.
I feel like Saturday Night Live needs to be in its own category. Like it doesn't make sense to be in like Kate McKinnon being nominated for supporting actress comedy, and then it's like up against like Ted Lasso, Hacks, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and then Saturday Night Live. No, Saturday Night Live is in the same.
But you're sure that's for Saturday Night
Yes.
Live, not a movie?
Yeah. I'm looking at it, guys.
Lead actress.
Supporting actress comedy.
In a comedy series.
Alex Borstein, The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh.
See what I mean? Then Saturday Night Live is in there. But that's
Supporting
scripted, and
actress in
then,
a
well, I guess
They should have,
Saturday
like,
Night
a
Live
live
is scripted,
category.
but
Yeah.
it's just confusing to me.
3 ladies from Ted Lasso are in there. A lot of guys from Ted Lasso are also nominated. No, Only Murders in the Building was nominated. The show, I believe. Yeah. Right?
Steve Martin and
Steve
Martin
Martin
Short
and
were
Martin
both
Short.
nominated.
But no Selena Gomez?
No Selena Gomez, but she was nominated for producer role.
Interesting.
So did they give her that nomination because she wasn't nominated as actress?
I don't know. She's really good on that show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They didn't give it to her for actress.
Yeah. The great Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult always get nominated. They don't win, but I do love that they get nominated because I fucking love that show.
You're a big fan of that show. You guys both love that show.
I think that show is so good.
Every time I see it on a flight, I think about watching it, and then I'm like, I don't know if it's for me.
Oh my
God,
I think it's so funny. I think you would like it.
I do too,
it's really it's really dry and and yes, it is historical, but it's like historical in a very funny, satirical way.
Maybe next time I'm on a flight, I'll put it on. It's always an option.
It is. It is on there. It is on there a lot. But yeah, I think people were talking about Jennifer Aniston wasn't on there. Mandy Moore, like I said, the This Is Us cast was not on there. And I don't feel like, and then other than that, I feel like a lot of the shows that we talked about that we were like, oh my God, that's what a great show was on here. A lot of people from Severance were nominated, which I have not seen. And of course, Succession, which we love, is on. Everyone's on here. Succession
is so good. I'm thinking about watching Severance because I've heard from multiple people that it's the best show they've watched in a really long time. And it's nominated a bunch of times. So
yeah,
got to be doing something right.
Yeah, a lot of Hacks is apparently really good. I've never watched Hacks, but people talk about how great that show is too. Severance. What's it about? It's a thriller?
It's like people separating their jobs from like their real life.
Oh, I've seen the trailer for this. Yes, I saw the trailer for this a lot when I was watching the WeWork show on Apple TV.
They're a team of office workers whose memories have been surgically divided between their work and personal lives.
I guess was the WeWork show, did it come out too late that it was not nominated?
I don't know. Did you like that show?
I did. And I would just think that they would be nominated. We Crashed. I always forget that it's called We Crashed. I'm curious about that because I feel like they would have been on here. But maybe not. Emmy nominations, Yellowstone. No Yellowstone. People love Yellowstone, and Yellowstone wasn't on here.
It's hard to fit every single good show.
Yeah. Other series that failed to land any Emmy nominations this year, contrary to award experts' predictions, included The After Party, Better Things, Ghosts, Grace and Frankie. Oh, Grace and Frankie's last season too.
Yeah.
Reservation Dogs, We Own the City, We Crashed, and the Sex and the City follow-up, and just like that. I mean, well, okay. Don't know why that would be getting Emmy nominations, but similarly, in their final seasons, frequent Broadcast Network Emmy nominees Blackish and This Is Us only landed 2 nods and 1 nomination, respectively, for their final seasons, and all of these nominations were in craft categories. Yeah, we talked about, I said that the actors didn't get any nominations. Other shows that were expected to score nods in major categories but only landed craft nods include Bridgerton, 1883, Moon Knight, Gaslit, and Pachinko. Selena Gomez missed out on a Best Actress nomination. Reese Witherspoon got one, but not Jennifer Aniston. Apple's Severance landed a handful of nods, but not one for breakout star Britt Lower. Pete Davidson and Cecily Strong. I guess Saturday Night Live.
Why would he get nominated for Saturday Night Live? I think
Juliette,
he barely showed up this season.
I know. Juliette Lewis didn't get nominated for Yellow Jackets. There was, which was surprising to me because she was so good. I thought she was so fucking good. But We Crashed. I guess it was open to be nominated and didn't. I'm surprised because I felt like Jared Leto would have slid in there somehow.
Finds his way into everything.
Exactly. That's what I would have thought. But a lot of good shows to pick from, a lot of good actors. When you have shows that are on their final, like their last season, and they don't even get nominated, it's telling when there's like so many other good things that were on. Especially for like This Is Us is always on there.
They're probably like, okay, it's their last season.
Yeah.
We got to give these other shows a shot.
Yeah. They just skip over them, I guess. So, all right, those are the Emmys. Will be on in September, I believe, for those wondering when they're actually on. What?
Do they have a host?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Or are they just doing the no hosting thing?
Everything we know about a host is yet to be announced. Cedric the Entertainer hosted in 2021.
It's going to be Jimmy Kimmel Watch.
Jimmy Kimmel hosted in 2020.
Yeah.
So
it's on ABC, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for Emmys.
Slick is a line of frozen cocktail pops available in different spirit-based packs, agave margaritas, rum daiquiris, and their newest release, which is the whiskey highball. So if you're into whiskey and also ice pops, it's the perfect combination. Only premium spirits are used, 100% blue agave spirit, Caribbean white rum, and barrel-aged bourbon to deliver incredible, refreshing taste. Everyone loves a good ice pop on the beach, by the pool, on a boat, whatever it is. Mix a little alcohol in that, 8% alcohol in each pop. It will have you feeling great. Right now, you can head to slickspiritedice.com to snag a pack of Slick, or 2 or 10, whatever you want, and stock your freezer with pops for your next good times occasion. Make sure to use promo code SlickChicks2 to get 10% off your order as well. Remember, it's SLIQ Chicks2 to get 10% off your order. This ad has been brought to you by 21 Holdings LLC in West Chicago, Illinois. You must be 21 and up to purchase and consume, so please drink responsibly. The Kardashians trailer has been released. The new season will be out in September, and it looks like they are giving us everything we want this season, between Kim and Pete. Very cute, funny clips we're seeing, and also Kourtney Kardashian's wedding. We're getting all the behind the scenes of everything we know about already, but now we will actually see it in real time, and we all want to see Kim and Pete interact. So I think we're excited about that.
Hopefully a little more Kylie.
Yes, I think
feel
she was
like in the
included a
first
little bit
season,
more.
we saw her for 2 seconds. And yes, granted, she was pregnant, so understandable. But it did seem like just from the trailer, maybe there are some more moments. Kendall's red hair, I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I always loved Kendall's red hair. I'm also,
I did too.
Kendall always talking about birth control around her sisters. She always is like, you know what? I see enough of these kids.
I don't love that the show has kind of made Kendall's personality like the one without kids. You know?
It's always like
show some of the other stuff she's doing, which I'm sure we will, because there was clips of her like on the catwalk and modeling and things like that. But the clips are always like, Kendall's not having a baby.
Yeah, it's like, well, she doesn't want to have a baby right now. You guys are popping them out left and right.
I know.
But yeah, I think it looks great. There's a funny clip of Kim Kardashian asking Pete to take a shower with her, and he just drops his phone and cigarettes and runs right to the shower. Love it. I thought that Kim Kardashian would be against smoking, but I guess if Pete's doing it, she's okay with it. You know, like I would picture her to be like, ew, my boyfriend can't be smoking, but like if Pete's doing it, she's probably like, ooh, I like it.
I think everything about him she probably just thinks is really cool.
Yeah, that's true. And I saw someone say like she has everything she could possibly want now. She just wants like a best friend and a funny boyfriend to hang out with. Yeah. And that's Pete Davidson.
Absolutely.
They're really doing it.
Absolutely. And she's posting all these pictures together. He's got you're seeing like the up close to the tattoos.
The tattoos of the kids' initials a little weird.
I know there's debate.
You know,
on
if I was Kanye, I'd be like, what?
Those
like, you don't know them that well.
That
like Jasmine and Aladdin, I think is cute.
Yeah, the Jasmine
that's how
Infinity Aladdin is.
What happened to him getting rid of his tattoos?
I don't know.
I feel like he has way more now.
Maybe Kim was like, I really fucking like your tattoos. If he has the kids' initials, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like the Jasmine Aladdin. I don't like the kids' initials. Yeah. You don't know them that well yet, Pete.
No.
You're not their father.
Not enough for them to be calling you daddy.
No. I don't think that would ever be acceptable.
No. It just is.
And I also think that I don't know, sometimes with like people that are tattoo people, it just doesn't have that strong of a sentimental meaning because they just have so many fucking tattoos.
Right, and they can like cover it up with something else.
Yeah.
I mean, he went as far as branding himself to really make it serious. So I think that really says it all. But yeah, the showering together. I mean, clearly we're seeing a whole new side of Kim on this show.
I love it.
Because we never saw that dynamic with her and Kanye.
She posted pictures.
Much more playful.
She posted pictures on Instagram and like her feet are laying on Pete's
multiple
chest.
pictures of
and,
feet.
Yeah, and Khloe Kardashian wrote like, "Do you guys have a foot fetish too?" And Kim wrote, "Nope."
You know, Kim was like, "Fuck you, Khloe."
Yeah, and also kind of funny that basically admitting that Kourtney and Travis do. I guess I don't know, but
they totally do.
It looks like Pete and Kim do not. I want to bring up Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly for a second. Do you see all these rumors about how like Machine Gun Kelly really is just so mean about Megan Fox? Like, what do you feel about that?
I think that he might be one of those guys that is a little insecure because he's with a beautiful woman and he really does like fawn over her when it's just the two of them together. Mm-hmm. But when he's with his boys, he like has to try and be macho and be like, "Oh, she's fucking all over me, man."
Yeah. Oh, Megan Fox can't keep her paws off me.
Yeah, like she's just so obsessed with me. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
When in reality, like it's just him trying to like prove that he's
that Megan Fox
a bigger guy. You know, he's like that. He's like, "Oh, I got Megan Fox. It's no big deal."
Yeah.
But because it's weird because he publicly, of course, it's so, "Oh, she's amazing," and all the crazy things that they do and says about her. And then, these postings on Dumois and whatnot of people hearing that he, like, talks shit behind her back.
Which is kind of strange that other people would know that. That's why I don't believe everything. Obviously, you should never believe everything you read. I think that's a very important note to get out there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are false a lot of the times. And so I just think some people like make shit up and they just like want, because they see like a great relationship and they're like, well, how can we like bring these people down? But then also you're like, there's a
seeing
part that it could be true.
There's a satisfaction, I think, for some people when they make shit up and then they see it like go viral.
Right. Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I did that."
I hate that. Yeah. I feel like that happens probably a lot.
Happens a lot.
I'm going to do that with friends' engagement.
I think it happens too much and people are too quick to believe everything.
Totally.
Like people see an anonymous person, an anonymous account write something and they're like, "Oh, that's the truth." It's like, well,
I've seen that like in my DMs sometimes of people who will send something from Dumois that's submitted and I'm like, it could be like who, and they send it, they're like, "Oh my God, can you believe this?" I'm like, it's crazy to talk about, but just, also we don't know that that's absolutely true.
Right.
So just think about it.
Anonymous accounts.
Yeah.
People hiding behind profiles just make up things sometimes.
Yes. And does some of it end up being true?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure does.
Sure. Some also ends up not being true.
Yeah. So it's really the way you look at it. But yeah, that one's interesting to me because you can't imagine having any reason to do that.
Yeah,
about her, but
right. Some people are evil out there.
Yeah, like,
and if
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
Yeah,
that's what we always come back to,
That is true. And if Machine Gun Kelly is talking shit about Megan Fox, like keep those lips closed a little bit, man, because people are finding out about it.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting a little loose.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our thoughts about The Bachelorette. But first, guys, this summer is all about good vibes, and Vizzy Hard Seltzer passes the vibe check with its bold and delicious fruit flavors. Vizzy has you covered this summer with a wide range of refreshing fruit flavors like pineapple mango, black cherry lime, strawberry kiwi, and blueberry pomegranate, plus delicious combinations like papaya passion fruit, watermelon strawberry, blackberry lemon, and raspberry tangerine. These flavors are delicious, I will say. I think I love the black cherry lime. I also love the blackberry lemon. Which one? You like the watermelon strawberry?
No, I like the strawberry kiwi.
Kiwi.
I like the watermelon strawberry as well, but strawberry kiwi and the blueberry pomegranate are my two favorite because pomegranate is a very underrated fruit. It doesn't get appreciation. It's one of my favorite fruits, but Vizzy appreciates it.
Yeah, exactly. Their flavor combos are really, really good. I gotta say, if you haven't tried Vizzy Hard Seltzer, you are missing out. All summer long, you can grab a can of Vizzy Hard Seltzer and visit VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to enter your info for a chance to instantly win a $20 prepaid card that that can be used towards Vizzy when you pass the vibes to your friends. Even if you don't win instantly, you can enter the sweeps for a chance to win $599 that can be used towards Vizzy for an entire year. Go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to enter for a chance to win. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks. No purchase necessary. Ends 8/15/22. 50 US and DC. 21 plus only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit VizzyHardSeltzer.com/passthevibes. Scanning product is optional.
Beautiful.
All right, we're going to give some first night thoughts on The Bachelorette. We do have Gabby and Rachel on the podcast, which is great. So we're going to talk to them about night one as well and everything that went down. But honestly, it was a very tame first episode. A lot of intros, a lot of get to know yous, things like that. There wasn't any big scandal or drama. Nothing wild happened. Nobody sent themselves home or anything crazy like that. It was very much a intro to having two bachelorettes and kind of trying to show them taking the lead, I would say, by the way they ended the episode and didn't give out roses and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that this season is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think everyone's wondering what's going to happen between the two of them and the guys, and are they going to like the same guys, and, you know, are the guys going to like both of them? But I think in the end, they are both going to find guys that are interested in just one of them or the other. My takeaway from this, after interviewing Gabby and Rachel, is that I think Rachel is definitely engaged. I don't know about
You're
Gabby.
not sure about Gabby?
But I think that Rachel is definitely engaged.
Okay.
Because I felt a different energy from her in the interview than I did while watching the first episode of the season. Yeah. And obviously probably very nervous first episode of the season. But I just felt like I got this like great, bubbly, happy vibe from Rachel in our interview. Yeah. And so I think that I'm going on record. I think she's engaged, and I think she's engaged to Tino.
Yeah,
I'm getting it out there.
That one out. You're getting that prediction out early.
I'm getting my prediction out early. I think she's engaged to Tino.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, sue me.
Locked and loaded.
Don't actually, but I'm getting this prediction out early.
No, it is interesting, and I saw a lot of tweets of people making the jokes of the producers and whatnot, and Robert Mills had said it a bunch of times, like, these women will not be pitted against each other. Like, that's not what this is about. But you see the preview for the season, and you have guys being like, hey, so I think I made a mistake, and I actually want to go to the other side. You know? Like, and granted, that's not necessarily the girls fighting, and it seems like they stay close the whole time, but it's still giving a lot of power to the guys of, they can choose which one they like more.
Right, and it should be the girls choosing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just unfortunate because I think in any situation like this, they're going to be compared to. Yeah. And you don't want to do it, but there's going to be things that happen that there's going to be some comparisons.
And it's a hard, just because we're so used to the one lead situation, like that's the model we've seen across 9 bajillion seasons, that we're so used to the lead like being the one who has the power and deciding, and that's up to them. And of course, yes, people leave like that. People send themselves home, sure, but there isn't the aspect of, like, I don't like Rachel, I'm gonna send myself home. It's like, it could be, I don't like Rachel, maybe I like Gabby.
Yeah, it's
or vice versa.
Also,
like, it's
just
weird.
Like a shot to the self-esteem, I'm sure, for one of them. If someone says, hey, we saw a preview of the guy Meatball turning down, and I'm just like, that must be such a fucking horrible
like, sorry,
feeling.
I can't accept your rose
because I'm interested in, and you're just like, what? That is upsetting to me because I think they're both great, and I'm just looking at it as both of them separately trying to find somebody. Like, I think it's stupid when people are like, oh, who do you like more, blah blah. It's like, you could like them both the same amount. They're both totally different. Like, they are so different. But obviously, like I said, there's gonna be situations where you compare the two in just terms of like, what's happening with this one, how many is she kissing, how many is that one kissing, who's talking to this one, whatever. But I think that everyone should just watch it as like two separate seasons combined, I guess.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And we really have no idea how they're going to split this up. Like, we have really not seen any spoilers. I know people do have an idea, I think, of how Like they're gonna separate the guys at some point. If that is what happens, I don't know.
We're big no spoiler people because it would be impossible to talk about the show if we knew what was gonna happen.
Totally. If we were like, oh, I don't know who's
it gonna be?
Do the guys get to pick? I don't know. Like we actually have no idea. But my guess would be, they group. It's a big one group for a while, and then maybe that's like they have some kind of rose ceremony where they split, and like Gabby gives roses and Rachel gives roses, and then they separate, and maybe that's the situation where like Meatball's like, oh, I'd actually rather be on the Gabby side. So it's going to be crazy to watch. It's going to be crazy to see, but they seem very excited. The guys are very excited. It's a massive group of guys, 32 guys. The limo entrances were pretty standard. There's some ones that stuck out, whether it was shirtless on a horse or the giant meatball sub or
the guy saying that he hasn't had
sex in a year and a half.
Was just like, why? Nobody needs to know that.
He'll be gone soon.
Yeah.
Magic tricks.
We talked about this in the bios.
Yeah.
Can't be dating a magician.
No. And Rhea and I actually audibly, both of us like went like that noise, because when Noah was like, what if it's Roby? We were like, nah, it's fucking this guy's name's Robbie.
It's gotta be Robbie.
And he came out of the limo and he was like, hi ladies, I'm Roby. And
like,
we were
why?
like, oh,
how?
Who names her something that?
Roby? I don't know. Maybe it's a nickname for something.
Robert?
Yeah.
And
You call him Rob, not Roby.
And he decided to go with Roby. Maybe he's a magician. He wanted to be different.
Roby? Yeah. So, yeah.
That's his stage name.
He wanted to be different.
I know. They definitely had some interesting entrances. One guy messed up their names.
Can't be doing
that.
Night.
That's basically rule. The only rule at this point on the show is don't confuse them.
Don't mess up their names.
And they got to know a lot of the guys. They had some good connections. I think Rachel immediately had a good connection with Jordan, the race car driver, and Tino. We saw that, they wanted to redo the whole stairs moment. They shared a great kiss. Rachel's kiss with Tino sent a lot more signal and sexual chemistry than Gabby's kiss with Mario.
So I made the mistake of saying that Gabby had a great kiss with Mario on Cutting Stems.
Oh, you did?
And I didn't even really I honestly don't even really remember the kiss.
Yeah. I watched it back a second time, and when I watched it back the second time, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I think that when we watched it the first time, like we were just like, oh, they kissed. I didn't watch it that closely, so I was like, oh, Gabby, whatever. And people were like they were like, Rhea thinks that's a great kiss. So I was like, all right, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, okay? I saw the kiss in passing, and I didn't really think that much of it. I didn't study the kiss, so I apologize. But I stand by Rachel and Tino.
Yeah, I do too. I think Eric is going to be an interesting fellow in this, because I just felt like he immediately was getting to know both of them, which is fine. You should totally get to know both of them, but I think if he had the opportunity to kiss Rachel, he probably would have. And then he like kissing both of them the first night. I don't know if that would have been a great idea. And it's just, you could tell that some of the guys maybe were a little hesitant. Like I think Jordan really liked her, but he didn't kiss her. And I think maybe a lot of the guys had the idea of like, we got to play it a little slow at the beginning, because if I'm kissing Rachel night one, that might close the door on getting to know Gabby, and who knows, like...
I feel like that's probably smart, unless you really know for sure.
Right. Because at that point, Jordan probably hadn't even spoken to Gabby, so he has no idea. So they probably are waiting in moments like that. But I think Gabby really liked Mario's energy. He was great coming out of the limo. We joked that he was either a great hugger or...
A wear my hug
at guy, and he is such a wear my hug at guy. I think he's a
wear my hug at guy.
Totally. Which is not a bad thing. He just has that. He has that
totally
energy.
Different people.
Yeah, he has that energy. But I feel like Eric might end up liking both of them, or both of them end up liking Eric. I'm interested.
Yeah, there's got to be that situation with somebody.
Yeah, definitely. I think it probably will happen with multiple of the guys, but if I had to pick one right now, I would say Eric. They had a pretty boring conversation with the twins and another magic trick with Roby, which led to those three getting sent home. They were up all night. You could see the sun coming up, and they said to Jesse Palmer, we don't want to give out roses. We didn't get to talk to a lot of these guys. And Jesse Palmer was like, was there anybody that you spoke to that you knew it wasn't going to work? So sad. It's like the twins, the 24-year-old twins who I think everyone was like, oh, these kids are,
it ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work. And the magician, they pulled him out. They said, fellas, this isn't gonna work. Thanks for coming. And then they went inside and said, no rose ceremony, everyone.
Canceled rose ceremony, and they still managed to send people home. They're like, these three are definitely not fucking making it, so we're going to get rid of these guys. You had to send somebody home the first night, though. Yeah. We couldn't go all last night and get nobody sent home.
No, you can't go into week 2 with 32 guys still.
I think they knew the twins were a little young for them and probably like a little immature. They're not into like the going out. Maybe they're like not dying to go out, whatever. They're looking to get engaged, and they probably realize 2 New York City promoters are not looking to get engaged right now. And the magician, we all know why. They probably too many magic tricks.
Yeah, and then they also said they worked in like medical sales. They were like, oh, we went to the same college. We both had the same job at different companies. Different companies, but we're the same thing.
We're the same, but we're different.
Yeah, we're the same, but we're different. And the magician. And now we just kind of have, now we go in with, I guess, 29 guys into next week to see what happens, and they'll get to talk to more of them. The trailer, of course, looks nuts for the rest of the season. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. There was a lot of talk about a lot of Clayton slander. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought, obviously his name was going to be brought up. They did come from his season. I thought, bringing Clayton up to them, probably not the best idea. Like, you don't want your first impression to be talking about their quote unquote ex. Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody wants that. So
I thought that we have to remember when this was filmed,
and it was right after.
Like, it was,
and I also
pretty
think
close to the end.
They edit things to make it seem like that was back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
When it probably was not back to back to back like that. So I think they just wanted to, and I think it's out of the way now. I think like they got the Clayton thing out of the way. Clayton seems to be very happy with Susie, so good for them.
Right.
And obviously Gabby and Rachel had a different experience with Clayton, which I think happens quite often in real life in people's relationships. Sometimes people end up happy with one person, the other person didn't have a good experience. Like, that shit kind of just happens. Yeah. And I think that's what's happening here.
I agree. I think that they made their jokes. Did it go a little over the top at some point? Yeah, I mean, but it was, I do think we have to remember, it was at a time where we didn't really know what was going on. It was fresh. We knew Clayton and Susie were together, but it was like, there wasn't quite as much faith of that working out in the moment because it was still so fresh. Now we see them together. It's like, oh my God, they're so great together. They're so cute. And clearly they are a great match. So it does feel like maybe a timing thing there. They could have perhaps edited around that a little bit, but they always bring up the past person of whose season they were on before. It was just maybe a tad too much. So we'll go into next week. We'll see what happens with a rose ceremony, if there's one that happens early, or if they do get a whole nother like cocktail ceremony, basically, of getting to know these guys before they send a bunch of them home. And did I have any other? Oh, we have to mention Jesse. I don't know if Jesse Palmer's trying to bring some flair to the show, if he's trying to differentiate himself a little bit. If someone told him this would be a good idea, if a producer wrote this for him, I don't know. But the way he did the Bachelor casting commercial was unreal.
We all know your boyfriend's a loser, so dump his ass and sign up for The Bachelor. I was like, whoa.
Bachelorcasting.com is like, all right, Jesse, just calm down.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Just take it easy, man. Yeah. It was one of those moments.
It definitely was. You have to mention that. And then other than that, I think it was a fairly normal night one. So now let's get into our convo with Rachel and Gabby.
All right, everyone. We are joined by 2 very special guests. We have the Bachelorettes this time around, both Gabby and Rachel. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys feeling? The day is here. The season premieres. Is it nervous energy, excited energy, all the above?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm excited for everyone to finally get to see it. And I think we're ready.
Yeah. Luckily there's been a lot of excitement and a lot of hype around our season. And I think we're feeling that we have been doing lots of interviews these last couple days. So we feel all of the hype too. And I think we're just ready for everyone to finally see it and to get it started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were very interested in how this was going to pan out. Obviously, when it was
I
first.
still am.
I still am too. That is very true. I think we will feel that way throughout the entire season, and I'm sure you guys felt that way filming it. But when it was announced, it was like, oh, 2 Bachelorettes, and we have seen this one other time before, but it wasn't throughout the whole season. You know, like back when it was like Caitlin Bristow, it was like they had to decide. It was a whole thing, and we were like, we really hope it's not like this. So thank God you guys both got the opportunity and got to share it together. And we thought it was really cool that you guys had each other to like talk about the guys. And it's like having your best friend there, you know, after you're talking to a guy and you need advice. Like, did you almost feel, not that you would have known otherwise what it was like, but do you feel better that you guys had each other?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. We always look at each other and we say, how did anyone ever do this alone?
Yeah.
Because it really is like, we would have crazy nights and it would be like a pause and we would get a chance to really talk to each other. And it kind of helps you like debrief, which is really, really nice and helpful.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of relying on yourself in this role because you don't get to talk to anyone else. We don't have our phones. You're very much in it. So getting an outsider's perspective and somebody who can relate to you kind of validates your feelings because we've never experienced this before. And I think a lot of times you want to doubt yourself, but having Rachel just made it so much better. And experiences are better when shared.
Right.
You know, the good times, the bad times.
The men.
Yeah.
And you also want, you know, your friends to approve of the guy that you like. So having somebody there to be like, you know what, I think he's a catch. It probably works out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's an element of making it a little bit more of a real life situation because it's so normal for you to go on dates and immediately want to tell your best girlfriends how the date went and what went down. So to watch you guys actually be able to do that is great. And Rhea and I watched the first episode, and when everybody listens to this, they'll have seen the first episode. So don't worry about saying anything. And when this comes out, everyone will have seen the first episode. And we watched together, and we did have that moment when you guys kind of gathered after in the middle of the first night, and you're like, who have you talked to? What did you think? Like, and you could tell you were both so excited to share what was happening, which is really great. I looked at Rhea and was like, this might actually be a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. And I think a lot of people were obviously nervous, you know, going more, I mean, you guys being the most nervous, but people watching because they were rooting for you two so hard, and they were like, well, we don't want them to be pinned against each other. We don't want, you know, a guy to break up this great friendship that you guys have. What helped you guys throughout the season to make sure something like that didn't happen?
Yeah, I think just like you kind of said, that is a big fear everyone's having is we don't want the girls to be pitted against each other, but it was really in our control. I mean, it is a choice. So we just, I think, value and respect each other so much and value our friendship above all. I mean, this is the most important relationship. We know the guys for 5 seconds. Of course, I'm always going to put my best friend first. So I think having that, it was almost unsaid. It was never an issue. We just kind of went about, you know, supporting each other first and everything else second. And we always say, it's, you know, a guy who would pin us against each other wouldn't be worth it in the end anyway. So it really it kind of worked itself out.
Totally.
So we were laughing because obviously during the limo entrances, you have a gut feeling, you do attraction at first sight. And there was sometimes where one of you would be like, that's my type, or he's my type. And we were like, is that them calling dibs? Like, is that, hey, by the way,
that's so funny.
He's my type. So,
it was like, cause there was guys that would come out and we would both be like, oh my gosh, so cute. But I think with us saying our type, it was like exciting because then I would like go throughout the night and I'd like, has she talked to him? Yeah, has she talked to him? And just excited for her to have that conversation. So it really just helped us out. And I mean, I don't even know if it was dibs. It was kind of just us
it's just
talking.
natural.
We say everything that comes out of our mouth.
Honestly. Right. Yeah. And it wasn't, I don't think it was dibs. Mm-hmm. And that's what we say too. It's like you have these 30-something guys. Obviously, they're attractive. They're coming on The Bachelorette. So we would think the same guys are attractive and just, I think, really just saying what's on our mind. Like, oh, that's what I would normally go for. Right. Because it's really just first impressions coming out of the limo. We don't know anything yet.
Did either of you have any absolute, like, limo entrances that you knew immediately gave you the ick? Like, you were like, nope, not gonna work.
All of them, boys give me the ick. Let's be real.
I think we both know, like, how scary it is to get out of the limo. And even just for us to watch it back, just seeing how nervous they were and we didn't realize it at the time. I think, the entrances can be corny and cheesy, but we know that they're really going out of their comfort zone. So we all just try to, like, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw in the first episode that there were 3 guys that didn't even make it through to the canceled rose ceremony. We were like, all right, so they definitely weren't interested in them. Like, I feel like you were just like, these, the twins, not going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we just are really big on when we know something, we want the guys to know as well. And we don't really ever want to string anyone along. And I think those were the only 2, or I guess 3 conversations we had where we knew for sure that we didn't really feel that connection. And so that was kind of just, for the benefit of everyone to not string them along.
Yeah, for sure.
We saw that you guys made that decision to keep all those guys because you didn't get to talk to everyone because there were so many guys the first night. What was that process like for you? Because we didn't really quite see the actual decision being made to cancel the rose ceremony. Like, what did you guys say to each other?
I'm pretty sure you came to me first.
Yeah, I think it was getting late in the night. We've been through it before. We always say time is truly of an essence. Even you saw the sun was coming up and just having gone through it before, like Rachel said, we just kind of have to be quick with decisions because it makes such a difference later. So after realizing we hadn't talked to many of the guys, we kind of just talked about how can we do this differently to make it most beneficial for us and for the men.
What's your guys' plan for watching the show? Like, are you guys going to watch together? Are you going to live tweet? Because I think that every lead has a different approach each season. Some are like fully live tweeting, getting in the mix, interacting with people. And then I think others are just like silent until the end.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't really discussed it. We're definitely going to be watching this episode together tonight. We are in 2 different time zones, so anytime we're together, we'll hopefully be able to do that.
Yeah. As far as live tweeting, I'm not much of a tweeter.
I know. Do you have a Twitter?
I think I have like 100 followers.
Oh,
You'll have more than that after tonight.
Yeah, but don't, because you won't get anything good out of me. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. But I feel like I'm a little bit more of a hands-off person. I do go on Twitter to creep.
Yeah.
But
I
never
mostly
to
like
participate.
to just be wasted watching it, so I don't have to relive it.
Right. And then we can't trust ourselves. So.
Yeah. And you're like, we got to lock the Twitter app so you don't go on. You're just watching.
Actually.
And how about your families? How do they feel about the whole experience?
They're so excited. I mean, I think the main thing with my family, they were really happy I had Gabby with me because it is hard for our families to be apart from us, and knowing that we had someone there to like trust and rely on, I think they were like really happy that we had each other.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, there was one, I believe, Avon, right?
Yes.
He came, his limo entrance, he did mention Gabby or Grandpa and Big Tony. And it was just a good moment to remember, because I think it's a nice transition of seeing how Clayton's season ended and the last thing you remember is all the drama, and then it's a nice way of like a reminder of, oh my God, remember both of their families? They were so great. Remember, before all that shit happened.
Yeah, when Avon came out, I turned to her and I said, "What? How does he know their families?" Like, I was like, at first I was like, why is he saying that? That's so weird. And then I was like, wait a second, we do know their families. Yeah. They were stars of the show.
Yeah,
they were
John's an icon.
Yeah, I was like, they were standouts of the season.
Yeah, the main characters. Yeah.
Now, both of you guys seemed pretty confident in your first impression roses. Was that a tough decision for you guys, or did it, like, when you knew, it just came naturally?
Oh my gosh, it was a hard decision. I feel like there were so many amazing conversations that really just shocked me and surprised me. And everyone really was just going out of their way to make us feel good. So it definitely was like, you had really standout conversations, and it was a tough decision for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know how much to do.
I know you guys are cracking me up because Rachel.
I'm like, yeah, I think I do. Like, of course, it is a hard decision, naturally, especially just the idea of giving out the first rose is such an honor, and like, who knows what happens after that. With the person who receives it, kind of where your headspace is at. But at least for me, I feel like the conversation was just really well guided and like, I hate to say it, but intentional. So it did seem like kind of the right choice.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's not right or wrong.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I agree. You guys had, out of the limo. I remember even there was just so much energy, and it really matched where you were at too.
Yeah, we would both kind of go back to the same guys the first night. Like, oh gosh, he really stuck out, So,
and he definitely did.
Yeah.
What was, since you mentioned the word intentional, Rhea and I were both
triggered.
We were both like, huh? Quincy, he said, I'm very intentional. I haven't had sex in a year and a half. And we were just like, all right, thanks for sharing.
Why would he say that? Like, we were just very confused. We were like, well, that's the first thing you say? Why would they even really care? Like, you've had sex before. Like, it wasn't like he was like, I'm a virgin.
Right.
What was going through your mind?
Did you know how this season ended? At least for me, I'm like, does he know who he's talking to? like she's like, that makes one of us. Yeah. And all going through my mind, that's all I could think about. And I didn't want to, say it to him, but that's what all the drama was surrounding. So it's kind of an interesting bit of information
to lead with. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't forget it.
It was very funny. I want to take you guys back to, when it was announced that you guys were both going to be the Bachelorette. And at that time, did you have any details of what your roles were going to be and how the show was going to be structured? And when did you actually get that information of like, okay, this is how it's going to play out? Or did that happen in real time?
Yeah, no one knew. I mean, it's never been done before. We were all learning at the same exact time, and we were making decisions on it. So it almost felt like we were creating it as well as like just all having this learning experience.
Yeah. Yeah, really no one knew what was going on, including us. Nobody involved. So it was a lot of real-time decision, but I think it gave Rachel and I a lot of flexibility throughout. So
yeah, I think that's very cool because you guys almost got to play like a producer role as well in terms of like creating a different kind of show. I mean, when we first started watching this episode, I was like, it feels like we're watching a totally different show than what we're used to. After doing this season now, do you think that it's something they'll do going forward?
I don't know. I think it's really interesting. I think it could definitely work, but if they ever move forward, it's going to have to be with leads that are really, really close because you have to have that open communication. Right. And so it would have to be with two leads that are as close as we are, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I feel like it's probably easy if you're not, you guys had that strong foundation in friendship and you were honest with each other, but if you just threw two people that weren't friends together, I think it's a recipe of like, they're definitely going to fight at some point because they don't really have any, friendship to rely on or look back on and be like, you know what, I don't want to risk this.
Or loyalty. Like if you're not really friends with someone, you have no loyalty to them to not be like, I'm gonna
man.
talk that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
It would be, I think, a completely different feel and show than what Rachel and I had.
I do hope that they do it with
The guys.
because they so far this concept has only really been with women, so it'd be interesting to see what it would happen with the guys. But so night one, it's funny because I guess I have so many questions because we really try and stay spoiler free. I know spoilers exist and people like to see them, and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. We really try and stay totally out of it. But night one, did you guys have any idea like what the future was going to be for how you were going to pick men or talk to the guys?
We had no idea. We didn't know if we were even giving out 2 first impression roses. Like, we didn't even know at all what was going to happen. So it was really just kind of figuring it out and hoping that it just works out and things just fell into place.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in the first night. There's a ton of energy, just this really exciting feeling that there's so much going on. You can't really think that many steps ahead. You just have to tackle what's in front of you. So I think by the time we got to the end of that night, we were like, holy shit, now what?
Yeah.
And you'll see that a lot, I think, throughout the season.
Us literally saying, now what? Like,
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a first for a lot of people, you guys and then the viewers included, just seeing like where this season goes. I think we're all very excited.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to ask you guys, so Mario and Tino were the ones that got those first impression roses that you just mentioned. Were there any other guys that you remember really surprised you that first night?
Oh my gosh, there were so many.
Yeah.
I remember being really impressed by Mario. His like entrance was so fun and funny. Jordan B, his race car, I remember thinking that was the coolest thing ever. There was just so many good conversations night one. There were so many great guys.
Yeah. The guys really brought their A game, I feel.
It was funny. We were going through the Bachelorette bios. We do that every season. We do like a breakdown and we just like judge the guys or the women
based on their like fun facts that get put on the website.
Whatever. Yeah. And we saw Jordan V. Sorry. And Fran was like, she was like, you think that Rachel might like him because she's a pilot and like he's got. And I was like, I guess. Like, I don't.
She kind of laughed at me, and then we watched the episode, and I was like, "Hello." I was like, "Look at them talking, bonding about adrenaline."
And I was like,
"Yeah, we're like
miles per hour."
What am I doing? Like, this is the first impression, and I'm like, "How many horsepower?" He's like 11 horsepower. I'm like, "Damn, how do you have that many horses?"
Yeah. I mean, she was right though. I was like, "Yeah, I guess you're right."
Yeah.
Oh man, the Jacob came in on that horse, all slick back, Fabio / Thor looking combo. How were you guys able to like keep a straight face having a conversation with him after the night started and he's just like sitting on a fur rug by a fireplace?
I know.
I didn't talk to him.
You just kind of have to lean in. This is our second time around. That's like the only thing that they really say, because it is a TV show. So there's things that are going limo entrances.
Yeah.
We have each had our cringe moments on the show. So it's, you're in it.
Yeah.
So you just got to lean into the romance novel feel.
Yeah. Right. I think everybody's going to have those moments. Not everyone's going to like be looking totally cool every second of the show.
You can't look cool. It's impossible.
Literally.
Of course, the trailer starts off, this end of episode trailer for the whole season. It hits you with happiness and then it hits you with, this whole thing could fall apart and who knows what's happened. It's very, the classic season trailer. But we saw you guys clearly get to travel to a lot of amazing places this season. And there's one clip of you guys on a giant cruise boat.
Yes.
What was that like? And had you been on cruises before? Because some people are very pro cruise and some people are very anti cruise.
Yes, we were on an amazing ship. It was really cool experience. I had never been on a ship before. Like, I'm not a cruise person. So yeah, that was first time for me.
Yeah, I've been on one before. So it's bringing me back.
Yeah.
first cruise ship love.
I feel like anybody who's been on a cruise has
a cruise ship love.
I have not, but I've heard every story of anybody
true.
on a cruise has like a cruise fling.
Yeah, it's weird.
You gotta have a cruise fling.
The environment is different. Yeah, we had a lot of cruise flings. Yeah. But
did you guys sleep on the ship?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Full cruise ship.
Really a lot of different things happening.
I love it. I know. It's like we said, it's a totally
shout out Virgin Voyages. Valiant Ladies.
Yeah, Valiant Ladies, our girl carried us through.
Oh my gosh. So what just like the perks of being the Bachelorette, right? You guys get to do all these cool things and do them together. What has been your favorite thing now, kind of in between? I know after you finish filming, you have to lay low for a while, but the last couple of weeks, you've gotten to do some pretty cool things. What's been the most fun so far?
Oh my gosh, we've been having so much fun just traveling. We got to go to Nashville and New York and just really getting to hang out with my best friend, but get to like meet people. It's been just such a great time.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, like we keep saying, it's probably so annoying to other people, but it would be totally different if we were by ourselves, but having each other. And I feel like it brings a different energy from other people too, interviewing us. It's been a lot more playful, which is nice because, you know, Rachel and I just mainly like to like mess around the whole time. Yeah.
And
it just makes it so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
think it helps being with somebody anyway to like get that energy out of you too, because I know when I'm around my friends, I'm like become my funnier self and you're like more energetic. And when you're by yourself, it's sometimes
I think we're way more funnier. I think we're way funnier when we are on the other side. People interview us, but we're together compared to when we're by ourselves.
Just me and you on the podcast alone?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like no.
You're
when we're the I'm like no. When we're the guests, I know. No, when we're the guests on other people's podcasts.
When we're the guests on other people's podcasts, you think
we're funnier together.
Oh yes.
Than when we do podcasts by ourselves.
Oh yes. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, that took a while to get to.
I'm sorry. I thought that you meant like when we just record our solo episodes. I was like, well, then no one would listen to our show if we weren't funny. No. But that's besides the point.
Anyway,
you get what we mean.
What else did I want to talk about with the limo entrance? Oh, the meatball sandwich. Did you guys get to eat any of the meatball sandwich?
No,
we didn't.
Yeah,
and I don't think we would want to.
Yeah, we don't.
It's probably old.
I am a sucker for a meatball sub though, so if I saw its inner fixings, then I would take a bite. But just looking at it can't be good.
It was probably a little old. It's been sitting around waiting to come out of that limo.
Right.
The boys were eating it all night too. I heard.
Yeah.
It was pretty much gone.
They were probably starving.
There were clips of them. There were clips of them eating at the sandwich.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
They don't care.
I don't blame
them.
And
like them holding it, it was like this big. It's like your mouth can't even fit on it.
I can imagine you're waiting around. You're like, I'm a little hungry. Like I'll eat anything at that point.
Yeah, honestly,
it's a very very long night.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap up with you guys, but of course anytime we have the Bachelor, the Bachelorette, the Bachelorettes on our show before a season starts, there's so much that can't be discussed because you guys know everything, but we don't. So as in the easiest way that you guys can, how would you describe how your seasons play out? And now in present day, how do you feel about how the show ended for you guys?
Well, double the drama, double the love. It's just such a wild ride. We had so much fun. We're excited for everyone to see it. Of course, we made mistakes along the way, but I mean, I don't have any regrets with how everything went.
Me either. Lots of ups and downs. Naturally, because you're on a journey to find love. Love is never clean cut. It's always messy, but always worth it.
And
Absolutely. Beautiful.
And you guys are happy. And you guys are happy now.
We're both.
They always say they're happy.
I know, but I always have to ask.
No one ever says they're not happy.
I always have to. Look, you have to at least ask.
Yeah, and see how confidently they said it.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much. We're so excited for this season, and we love that you guys have this great friendship, and we love just watching you guys do everything together.
Yeah, and hopefully when the season comes to an end and you guys are in New York, we can do this in person because I think we'd have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, everywhere you listen to podcasts. We hope you guys enjoyed our interview with Gabby and Rachel. We'll be back on Friday. We love you guys.